Give all praises, all glory, and all honor being to double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who taught us this truth and have labored throughout the years. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word, truth, sincerity, and indeed. We are a branch of the branch of Great Millstone Chicago, coming at you in another week with some more of it. All right, y'all know what it is.
This is the book of Jeremiah 28:8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Right, throughout our forefathers throughout the years, Moses, the prophet Jeremiah, the prophet Ezekiel, different great men, here back today, man, prophesied against great kingdoms like Babylon, ancient Babylon, Egypt, Persia, Rome. This is the second leg of the Roman Empire, the Grecian Empire, and we're back doing the same thing today. Prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America.
Khan, that's right. And guess what? They didn't shoot down no chariot and catch and gather up the biometrics of pilots. That's a lie, man. Somebody get Zechariah 5:1. Somebody get Revelation 1:7.
It's the book of Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes.
Actually, hold that one. Get the Revelation 1:7 first.
This the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Right, so every eye is going to see him. And so now it's been so many chariot sightings that they're talking about it on the mainstream media, on the news, and they're calling them UFOs and UAPs, but we know what they are. Those are the chariots of Israel. That's why the slaves used to sing, swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. They knew about it. You even have paintings from the 15th and 16th century that has things in the skies that these Edomite artists painted and drew. You had things that were flying in the skies in the 15 and 1600s. Wasn't no planes flying around in the skies in the 15 and 1600s. Why? So people saying Elmo's fire. So people have been seeing chariots the whole time, man. Right? Oh, man, they be like Big West. That's Jimmy Hall. Rent a dread, do some work with me. But
don't sound like a bad occupation.
Khan, brother. Yeah, so there are plenty of images that were painted where artists depicted these things, these aerial phenomena that they're calling them. But these are the creatures that were there in the beginning, the power, the entities, the gods that were there in the beginning. Right? See, because when you read, when you read in Genesis, when it tells you, for God, so when He created the world in the beginning, when you start reading those scriptures, what you got to understand is that word there's Elohim, and that's talking about all the angels. It's not talking about singular. It's talking about all, man.
That's right.
All right, simple as that. Okay, so go back to that Revelation Bible.
Khan, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him.
Right, so literally, this scripture covers so much, because it said, and they also which pierced him. So we're not just talking about the two guys that took the jab at him with the spears. All right, we're talking about the guys who drove the spikes through his hands, who drove the nails through his hands and feet, all who pierced him. So they're gonna see him. So what is that tell? So that's covering a whole other subject matter of regeneration. All right, because it's telling you that in the end they're gonna see him. All right, so that means they have to be back again. Like we always tell you, everybody's a Christian until the scriptures come out. As soon as the scriptures start coming out, people start losing their Christianity. Right? Their Christianity start running up the street.
And they like dudes and shit.
Right?
Every time a boy comes out, your Christianity's been stripped.
Yeah. All right? Go ahead, brother.
It says, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him.
So it means it's not going to be to the benefit of all. Hey, take some of them brothers with you. Right?
Yeah.
So what that means is that everybody's not going to be happy to see the Lord when he turns up, man. When he returns, and he's returning to a world that's ruled by Esau Edom. By the way, real quick before we get those scriptures, go to 2 Thessalonians. When it said when he got to be revealed. There's the second chapter. When the ring can be revealed.
I got it.
By the brightness of his coming. Right. Go ahead.
It's 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Right.
Who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God.
So who did that? Who put himself up to be the Lord? Well, guess what? He's going to get visited by the Lord, and the way he's coming is on one of these things you're calling a UAP or a UFO. Jump up to verse 8.
All right. And then, this is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
With the brightness of his coming. Right? So he's coming in a chariot, man. Bright and mighty. Absolutely.
This is Isaiah. We're doing what the elders pointed out. This is Isaiah 66 and verse 15. It says, for behold, Yahweh will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with a flame of fire.
There it is. Which when he says, when the wicked be revealed, he's coming with the flames of fire. And we know that the wicked is Esau Edom. Which hey, they still in power.
Oh, I got you. I'm going to read it.
They still in power. All right?
I'm going to read the verse up and read it.
Which is why Esau Edom is trying to control the narrative and push this lie that they have the biometrics of pilots of crashed vehicles, and that they're going to reverse engineer it. So it's all bullshit. It's all lies, man. Right. Like you're going to find a crashed chariot and reverse engineer it. Now you got a lifesaver.
Up to hijack.
Right. Now you walking around, off Darth Vader and shit. No, man. It ain't happening. You're not going to get your hands on that technology, bro. That is a complete and total lie. That's them trying to control the narrative. All right, that's all it is trying to do, and also them setting up a false scenario where they're going to use this so-called reverse technology that they have. They're trying to mimic, and what you're not going to be able to mimic, you're not going to be able to make something that has no propulsion, that makes no sound,
Right.
that leaves no smoke, no trails. They can disappear and reappear, all right? They can go in the water and still move at the same incredible Mach speeds, way faster than anything than your missiles. These things are moving 3 times the speed of your missiles, man. How you gonna hit it? And then all of a sudden, something that can do that is just gonna have a malfunction. We're going down, Captain. Right. Oh shit, brace. Brace for impact.
They actually reminded me, I think it was like 2 or 3 Passovers ago, I think that was Ishmaelites was trying to shoot one down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they couldn't do it.
Leaving all the bullets, man.
Absolutely, brother.
Con, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 33, verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee.
So all these guys with the bald faces and the neckties, with the penises hanging from their neck, that's what a necktie is, all right? With their hands up, swearing in. They're all lies, man. They're liars.
I got one back up on that. Yeah, this tying into that lie, Job 13 and 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no value. Like you was just talking about, the elder was saying, the Lord has elements all types of stuff that you've never even seen or heard of. It's impossible for Esau to know what the Lord is devising. The only thing that Esau knows are 5 elements that the Lord is presenting here. He has no clue on what the Lord has in space. When you were just talking about it, the Lord is all, man, he's got new stuff created, new technology far beyond what we can even dream or think.
New beasts, new animals.
So it's impossible for them to shoot down something they don't even know what it is.
It ain't even got no
Well, they're saying that it crashed on its own. So they're not claiming that they shut it down. But you know, it's all a lie, man. Right. It's all an orchestrated lie so they can try to control the narrative. Point blank period, man. Right. Just another mainstream media lie. Right? Get them when they're young.
You got to.
You gotta get them while they're young.
You got to.
Other than that, you're gonna be combating about 40 dudes DNA.
About 50 different DNAs.
You gonna be like fucking Jet Li in the one when he went to the top. Difference is, you ain't gonna be able to fight all these niggas. That's how the demons is. They all come.
I am you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I am nobody's bitch.
Right.
You are mine.
Let the bodies in
That's
the
how it be when you deal with these bitches that's 35 and shit like that. They had all these niggas in Chicago and wherever trip to the girls trip night, whatever. College. You gotta get them while they're young.
Go ahead, brother.
Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
Which kind of matches the description of the famous TikTok, the Tic Tac, you know, chariot or the Tic Tac UFO. That's what he's talking about here. But go ahead.
Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Right, that's the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. And what is he going to do? All right, go ahead.
For every one that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side.
Exodus 21:16. Everyone that stealeth. Who's been stealing, man?
This the book of.
Every one that sweareth shall be cut off as one as on that side according to it.
Okay, hold that for a second.
Exodus 21:16. And he that stealeth a man and selleth him,
Right.
or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
There it is. He that stealeth a man and selleth him. All right? Job 8:8. He that stealeth a man and selleth him, and he still be found in his hand. By show of hands, how many people have a birth certificate?
Oh no.
Right? By show of hands, how many people have a social security number? You're still found in his hands. All right? That's right. So, and how did he get you? He either came to this land and stole the land from you, and now he has possession of it. And then some of us that lived here also went on a slave ship with Judah and got sent to Europe and different parts of North America and different parts of Africa to the islands. That's why the Filipinos is full of Gadites and Israelites. All right, they were sending natives from the Americas to the Philippines. All right, that explains a lot about Manny Pacquiao. All right, he straight up Israelite all day long.
No question about it.
All right. Go ahead, Job 8:8.
Job 8:8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age.
Of the former age. Also give me that one. That what I was thinking of was Job. Prepare for the search of thy fathers.
John 16.
There we go.
16, or Jeremiah
That one
16.
because and also give me that too. The Lord requires that which is over,
That which is past.
that which is past.
Yes.
Right?
It's later on in that verse.
It is in that verse. Okay, come. All right, go ahead, brother.
Job 8.
Yeah, Job 8:8. It's in that verse.
Job
That's the
8:8.
reason why I called it.
For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of the fathers.
It didn't say the search of your mothers.
Search of their fathers.
Searching for your mother's not going to find out who you are. Don't believe the hype. all that DNA garbage. That's all lies, man. To find out who you are, you gotta search for your fathers. Go ahead.
For we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart?
That's good, brother. No,
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 15, it says, that which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and the Heavenly Father requireth that which is past.
so you can't come with that. You can't come with that, oh, that happened so long ago. You know? And then you gotta stop. You gotta stop with this garbage and this mentality that yesterday didn't shape today. Alright? But that lie that yesterday, well, that happened so long ago, you gotta get over it, bro. No, man. That's still affecting us to this day. Alright? You can't take somebody's home and take somebody's wealth and keep passing it on to your family, to your people, while the people it belong to are constantly just put more and more into poverty. And then try to, tell them to, that happened in the past, man. There was a video that came out a couple years ago with this Edomite dude who really was a Jake, if you had the spirit to see it. But he asked this little kid about his toy, I think it was a toy gun or bike. I think it was a toy gun. And he said, if your father bought you this gun, all right, and then this other kid had it, this other guy found it and gave it to his son, is it his gun? And he's like, oh, thanks, Dad. He said, is it your gun or is it his gun? And the little kid was like, it was my gun, all right? And he said, but now, so this little kid got your gun, and he grows up, and then he gives it to his son, and then he grows up and gives it to his son. Is it still his or is it yours? And the little boy was like, hell no, that's still mine. And he was trying to explain to him exactly what I'm explaining to you now. Ain't no Edomite gonna give no explanation about that. We're talking about reparations and giving back the land. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't no Edomite gonna do that. They're not gonna have it because Edomite, no, they're gonna be just like Dr. Lisa. Well, we stole it fair and square.
Yep, right.
That's gonna be their mentality.
Right.
Right? We conquered. We stole it fair and square. Keep that energy, because it's gonna get taken back fair and square. And finally, by who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. All right? Go ahead, bro.
It's the book of Numbers 35 and 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are.
Open it right there, sister. You can go right there.
Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it developed the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Right, and the whole thing is going to set this off is when those UAPs, UFOs show up. All right, when they stop stunting on you, shining, when they stunt, because right now they just stunting. They shining, they out, you're here. My finger represents your fastest fighter jet. What's that big black thing? What they call it? That stealth bomber that can fly from one end of America to the other one in like 30 minutes or something like that. When you got something, and that stealth bomber is this phone's representing that stealth bomber. All right, going from the East Coast to the West Coast in 30 minutes, and you got a cherry just flying around it.
Right.
Exactly. So the differences in the power and the speed and the technology is without, and you already have these military leaders admit that they have nothing that can deal with that, and that these could possibly be humans. So they admit to that part, but instead of admitting what other astronauts and other space professionals have said, hey, when we saw the pilots, they were big black men, 7 foot, 8 foot tall black men, so-called, right? Now they want to turn them into, the green aliens, and we already know when it talks about the green, it's talking about the barrel, and the reason they give them big heads is because of the big afros. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to control the narrative. All right, bring out what you have. Somebody get that Daniel 79. You ready for it now? Go ahead, bring it
This
out,
is the
brother.
book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. It says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
The thrones represents all the countries and nations of the world, and all the mountains and the hills. Mountains represent big countries, hills represents lesser countries, smaller ones. All right?
And the,
Esau can't have that. Because we got rulership mentality up here.
That's right.
Yeah, so you got a problem with that, just switch the channel.
That's right.
All right?
and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow.
Right? So the Ancient of Days set on this chariot, man. But go ahead.
And the hair of his head like pure wool.
Like the pure wool. Well, we all know what type of people have woolly hair. All right, go ahead.
His throne was like the fiery flame.
And that's what you see in the sky when you see these so-called UFOs and UAPs. They're the chariots of Israel. Once again, the slaves used to sing "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot."
That's something out of St. Elmo's Fire.
Come and St. Elmo's Fire. We'll break it down, brother. Go ahead.
No, God. It's a book. What's the name of this book? Wonders in the Sky. And it basically like gives like testimonies of like people like eyewitness accounts on them seeing like airships, so on and so forth. But St. Elmo's Fire was a chariot that what's his name? For Columbus. That he
guided him here.
There you go. Come.
It helped him to find, toward the end, right? And and he came with 5 Hebrew interpreters, but he was looking for Indians. Right? He had 5 Hebrew interpreters, all right, but he was looking for India. He didn't have 1 Indian interpreter, 5 Hebrew interpreters. Okay? But anyway, go ahead, brother.
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain.
And so basically, that links right up with 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. All right? When the beast finally gets slain, he gets slain by Yahushua the chariots, man. That's how it happens. That's how it all ends. They are not aliens. All right? So by them admitting this, they're helping our cause. All right? You can't do anything against this truth but forward, man.
Right.
All right? The more lies that they tell, they're gonna have to tell more lies now. Now that those Edomites, those white pale men, those pale red men got up there and held their hands up with the neck. I told you, beware of pale men with bald faces. All right? They're the most criminal, the most dangerous people the world has ever seen, man.
Right.
All right? But especially when they're wearing a tie. All right? Remember that, ladies. Beware of a man with a bald face and a necktie. All right? Those are the most dangerous people the earth has ever seen. All right? Very dangerous. Unmanly and ungodly. All right? Go ahead.
Back in that Daniel 7 and 12, it's like 11. I beheld then, because of the voice of the great words which the horn spake, I beheld even till the beast was slain, and his body destroyed, and given to the burning flame. As concerning the rest of the beasts, they had their dominion taken away.
So, like you said, to the thrones were cast down. All the power structures of the mountains and hills, all governments have to be brought down upon the return of the Lord. And it's all going to be done when these, like I said, when these so-called UFOs, UAPs stop dancing around and actually start attacking. And they're coming to attack. All right? Not until the Lord gives that green light though, and we're getting closer and closer to that day. Okay?
The book of Revelation chapter 6 verse 2. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. And that's pretty much that white horse represents. White represents purity. The horse represents power, which also does come in the form of a so-called UFO, which they now call UAPs.
Right.
It said to conquer and to conquer. That matches with Daniel 7, like you really just read. He's going to put down all nations, man. That has yet to happen, and we know that Yahushua left, and
the so-called chariot in Acts the first chapter. And the disciples are, he said the disciples have been out to the uttermost parts of the earth. And we're doing that right now. We believe that we are those men, the disciples of Yahweh Shai. We're waiting on his return, man.
If not, who and where are they? If not us. And it also proves too, hence the reason why Esau likes to put in his movies where the hero is always riding a white stallion. Because Esau's trying to stand in that position. That's like when he read, he sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So he come rolling up on a white horse. Right. He's on a white horse with a bald face, all right, with his hair blowing in the wind, like a woman. All right? With pork juice still on his mouth from the feast he just left. Abomination.
1 Corinthians 15, verse 24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. That's what Yahweh shall do.
There it is. All authority, all rule. Every mountain, every hill. Mountains and hills represent small governments and big governments. So there can't be an American government, a Japanese government, a Russian government, a German government, a British government, an Israeli government upon the return of the Lord. He's going to bring them all down. All right?
I got one. Nick Shirley? I got one. I got a presentation. This is Jude, verse 14. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with tens of thousands of his saints.
Right, tens of thousands of chariots, man. By the way, we're behind enemy lines. This place is our enemy.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says to execute judgment upon all and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed.
Which they still do. Just turn the children's cartoons. The stuff that they're trying to indoctrinate these children with is utterly disgusting. Right? I saw a video, and it literally, when I heard brother say it, but it wasn't until I saw it. When I saw the dude, the dude dressed like a woman, right, with his shirt tucked and with a G-string on, do a cartwheel and a split into the middle of all these little children, right? And he's on the ground twerking and bouncing his cheeks around to all these toddlers, man, and reading them stories. And the sick thing is that their mothers are there and they're cool with it. That's America. That's your government. That's your Christianity. All right? Americans, they use Christianity, which isn't of the Bible, which isn't of God. And now they're abandoning it because they don't need it anymore. It's actually in the way. All right? Christianity is in the way, and just like the Constitution is in the way. They're not following it anymore. Right? With all this confusion with Proverbs and I mean with pronouns. Right, the water, brother. With pronouns and the alphabet games and all this other weird mess that's going on. Grown men, that identify as 6-year-old girls with pigtails, following your little daughter into the bathroom because he want to use the bathroom too. Right. I heard that one Edomite, when he said when that alphabet gang member dude came on there and said, if I see you trying to stop one of my, alphabet people from going into the bathroom of their choice, you better, making threats. And and the Edomite was like, man, so you even got Edomites that ain't with this shit, man. All right? When the wicked are complaining about the wicked, it's a problem, man. All right, and then you turn on the internet, all you're gonna see whole videos of Edomite men disgusted by the shit that they're trying to do to their children. Even though a lot of them are the Bible Belt Edomites and they probably was a Jake anyway. But nevertheless, you got some Edomites complaining about the level of wickedness. And you know why? Because it's now starting to affect them. See, when it was just affecting you brown people, there was no 99% then. Right. But now they're going through what you're going through. Now it's we're in this together. No, well, where was you at when they were putting their foot on our necks and keeping them there? Right? Because they were still in the lands of my forefathers' lands, man. All right, and then make it shalom, brother. Making these dark brown men build it up for free. Where was you at then? Now all of a sudden we're at 99%. You know?
Wasn't no protest for slavery.
Wasn't no protest. You know, and all that stolen land and property that you got, and none of you trying to get none of it back. You know, coming out in a truck and giving out some hot dinners and some winter coats, that's nothing, man. Give back some land. Come out of them big comfortable homes and give it back. Give the land it, exactly. Okay?
Yeah, you really sorry you
Yeah.
ass up all your stuff.
If you're really sorry, you'll give back all that stolen property and wealth you sick of. All right?
Pick it up. That's Isaiah 19 and 14. Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and have caused Egypt to err in every work. Therefore, as a drunken man stagger in his vomit, just what the elder was alluding to, Egypt, America, is a perverted, destitute, wicked-ass place. And it has to be purged through Yahweh B'Shem Shai. The whole earth is out of course. Everything is upside down. Everything Esau Edom touches becomes dirt, mud, and just wickedness and abomination. The Lord has got to correct this. Only through Yahweh B'Shem Shai and the prophets you see before you is this place going to be destroyed and redeemed.
That's right. That's exactly how it's going to happen. All right? Bring out the precepts.
God is the book of Job, chapter 10, verse 22. A land of darkness as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness.
Right, and I went into that word darkness, man. One of the words they used to describe it was wickedness, man. Alright, so this place is just completely and utterly wicked, man. Alright, and if you consent, you join hand in hand with this place, man, you wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the elder was going into, you got the alphabet community out here, polluting the minds of the children, man. You know, and we need to get out of this place, man. We need help by some y'all try to come redeem us out of this place.
Yeah, and then you got states like California that are constantly coming against parents. They're threatening to jail parents in California. And you got to remember, what happens in California spreads across the whole country. But they're threatening, so first of all, they're trying to outlaw the Bible in California. Second thing, they're trying to put parents in jail that come against allowing their children to be taught alphabet stuff. And if they come and getting in between, their children getting drugs to make them changes.
Right.
Without their permission. They actually want to jail parents for doing it. All right? So, I mean, it's utterly ridiculous, man. And you already know, like I said, what happens in California eventually goes across the whole country, man. That's what they do. The country follows the political trends of California. All right? Californication, exactly, brother.
That's right. If you think about it, our kids don't need to learn anything else besides reading, writing, and arithmetic. That's like the fundamentals that you take out. Everything else that you learn is all bullshit anyways. So they're teaching all these other lifestyles, which is not necessary, but they're forcing it on the kids.
Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And that's what this society is, because when you go to the Hebrew word for Babylon, it's babal, which means confusion, man. These people don't know what's right and what's wrong, because if they did, they would have a certain standard of living, man. But you see, there's no standard of living. You can do whatever you want, worship whatever you want, fuck whatever you want, you know? It's just an all-out free-for-all of lust and sin and wickedness, man. And if you think the Heavenly Father's with that, then you ain't really believing in the scriptures as the scripture have said.
Exactly. Well, that's your typical Christian in America. Like we always say, everybody's a Christian until the scriptures come out. When the scriptures come out, shoot, they Christianity is faster than what was my man Usain Bolt? They Christianity be fast. They're right. No shoes on, running past Usain Bolt. You know? That was all done on purpose to crash the system.
They your enemies. They take
That was no. Your enemies is your government that's doing it.
The Republicans,
No,
the Republicans are your enemies.
No, the Democrats did that. The Republicans didn't do that. The Democrats did. And the Democrats and Republicans, let me tell you something. The Democrats and Republicans are two wings of the same hateful bird. They neither one of them. Neither one of them. All right?
Yeah, let it bang.
And the Democrats are not for you in the worst way, because they pretend to be your friend. And if you will learn your history, you will learn that the most atrocious things that's been done to your people was done by Democrats. Most of those people that were hanging and beating you, all right, the coast of Oklahoma and all the Elaine, Arkansas, your drown towns, your Rosewoods, your black belt in Chicago, that's now known as Bronzeville, and all that wealth got destroyed and burned down by whites, all right, angry mobs of white people destroying the success of so-called black people. Those are Democrats, not Republicans. So you got a warped idea of sense of, you don't know.
Because I was watching TV yesterday, and it said, Joe Biden was a Democrat, he created 200,000 jobs in America.
Which is a bold-faced lie. Oh, how can that be so when all the businesses were shut down on his watch? You were in the middle of even before Trump came into office, you were in from the Democrats, you had a retail apocalypse. Where all these jobs come from? That's a lie. That's just a mainstream. You believe whatever they say on TV. That's your problem. Look, they're lying to you. How is that so when all the businesses, thousands and thousands and thousands of major businesses shut down that give employment to tens of thousands of people? So how are jobs increasing? Where are they at? And then you got AI. AI is taking over. Robots are taking over.
I'm against that.
Well, you should be against that because that's going to destroy more and more jobs. But guess what that's going to lead to? Bringing all these immigrants in was to basically to overwhelm the system so that it shuts down, so it becomes like the movie The Purge out here, which is going to happen. And then a lot of those immigrants are soldiers. And they're gonna get activated, and they're gonna be in uniforms, kicking in your doors, dragging you out by your hair, raping you, eating your food, and everything else. It's gonna get crazy out here. And then, on top of that, to fix it all, they want to try to go digital, and they're gonna promise you UBI. That's what we're headed. They're gonna say, well, just stay at home. We're gonna give you, like Trump did. People begin to realize that Trump did more for them than Biden. Trump was actually giving you money, helping you out. So you would think, but he was giving out money. When Biden destroyed all the jobs, he wasn't giving you nothing. So coming up here with that Democratic thing, if Jay can't get over that, then they deserve whatever happens to them.
Because we need to help our veterans
What we
across
need
this country and forget about the immigrants, send the immigrants back to their country.
Well, to a certain extent, I understand that. But a lot of those immigrants that came here, they were already from this country. See, I got a problem with, it's just like the story I told before you came up with. The toy gun belonged to the one kid, not the other. So literally just because all the people here now, unless you got roots to go back to this land like I do, you're all immigrants. All right? So you can't do that. And some of the immigrants, your people, you were brought here against your will in the first place. Some of you, not all of you, some of you are actually here, help setting this place up. They won't tell you about that issue. All right? But, so, this one never really your home. And so I got a problem because I don't know if you're aware of it, but California, Nevada, New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, Texas, all belong to Mexico. Do you hear me? All right, that was all. So how the fuck is anybody gonna tell a Mexican that they're an immigrant, especially if you got pale skin?
Exactly.
How the fuck who the fuck are you to tell somebody that they're a damn immigrant? You not only you're an immigrant, you're a fucking thief.
That's right.
All right? You came over here, you rape, rob, murder, and then you set up laws to protect you and the people that look like you. And then when the people that didn't look like you use that same law, you dismiss it. You write amendments to keep them from doing it. Or if that doesn't work, you just send, your different agencies, your different alphabet groups, especially one of the most powerful ones still around, the KKK, to handle shit, get rid of shit.
Yeah.
Say, them damn Hispanics over there doing good in that town. Let's shut that shit down. Oh, them niggas over there doing good in that town. Let's go shut that down. Yeah, I should want to shot like a thought, brother. They burned down so many settlements. That was Shalom, beloved. Yeah,
Did you have relatives who fought in World War I and World War II?
My grandfather fought in World War II.
Okay, well they should give the veterans housing, jobs, and money.
His stupid ass shit is getting
Who fought for this country?
You know,
for us to live a better life.
Yeah, that was my father's. My father's. My mother's father. My father's father. He was.
Because I always want to know what's going on in the world. That's why I watch TV.
If you want to know what's going on in the world, you need to watch the Israelite video.
That's right.
You're gonna get real news. Matter of fact, you can even watch Redacted. You want some real news? Watch Redacted. What's the little Indian chick? First Look. You want some real news? Watch First Look. Watch Redacted. Hell, you can even watch the Canadian Prep. You know, Israeli News Live. You're gonna get more out of that than you will if you watch the CNN, MSNBC, CBS. You're not getting it. You're getting the script, right? You're getting a script that is it's because media was supposed to be about independent journalism. They haven't had independent journalism since the early 80s, late 70s. They got rid of all that. Right? They got rid of it because you go back to the early 80s and the 70s. You know, you had your Peter Parkers out going around to get the story, get the news, get the pictures, find out, and then go report back. Every news reporter wanted to be the first to report on the story. What was the chick name in the Turtle movie? What's her name?
April O'Neil.
April O'Neil. Everybody wanted to be April O'Neil. Get the exclusive. All right. But that's not the deal anymore, all right? That exclusive story, they ain't trying to hear all that, especially if you got 10 different people giving a very similar story but different versus an email goes out to every news network, and then then somebody puts together a compilation of 500 videos from all across the country, all saying the same thing. Like the Easter Bunny came early this year. The Easter Bunny came early this year. The Easter Bunny came early this year, and so wait a minute. How the fuck if somebody in Tennessee, somebody in Minnesota, somebody in New Mexico all saying the same damn thing? Because they all got the same email on what to say. The news today, you get just like in the education when you go to these schools, the food system, the United States food system. You're getting indoctrinated. You're not getting educated. They're not. Tell me this. I want you to answer this question. All right? And I've seen you before, so I already know that you know whether you're going to admit it or not that you're an Israelite. You already know that. All right? But I'm going to ask you another question. All right? Okay. Have you ever seen Blake Griffin? The basketball player, Blake Griffin.
Yeah, I'm a sports fan.
Okay, well, good. All right? You seen his father, right?
No, I didn't see his father.
All right? His father is darker than this brother right here.
His father from Haiti.
Now, you seen what Blake looks like, right? His father is darker than him. Actually, a lot darker than him. Now, tell me. Now, you know what Blake looks like. So, is Blake mixed? Or is he half? What is he? All right, so you speaking his mother's right. So that would make Blake. No, you're wrong pictures, brother. Get the pictures of Blake's children. All right, get the picture of his children. Now Blake, you see what happened in one generation. Now look at Blake's children. All right, so what are his children? Are they mixed or are they just white?
They're mixed.
Okay, because why? But when you look at them, you would say they mixed because you know that Blake is mixed, right? Is that why you say it?
I would have just showed you that picture right there. You say he's mixed.
Exactly. So you would say that they're white. So that's what I mean by that. You've been indoctrinated with a lie. You've been taught that color identifies you. Color does not identify you. Give me right. Give me Kings 8 and 16. First and second.
Would you marry a white woman? I don't know you personally, but would you marry?
Would I marry a white woman? There's a couple of white women I would definitely marry. All right, but I'm not with a white woman. But there's a couple of white
What
women.
about Jackie Bangs? She's the news lady, Jackie Bangs.
I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know who
I
that
met her. She's real nice.
Sweet
What
white.
about Hillary Clinton? She's real
Yeah,
nice.
baby. And Hillary Clinton would get no to the beat.
Goddamn devil.
She wouldn't get none of this.
She's a murderer.
Right.
Hey, by the way, I love a white
I
woman.
get murdered in my sleep for messing with Hillary. Right, because because people that witness stuff around the Clintons, they don't live too long. You witness, yeah. I mean, a lot of people, right? Because you know the cook is hearing all the conversation, and so they sitting there eating the dinner, and then they looking at each other like, you know, we got to get rid of this. He have no idea, right, that he about to slip and fall and have an accident.
They just speak Spanish and shit while they struggling.
All right? Okay, okay, give me that scripture I called first. The son that come forth out of thy loins, go ahead. 8:19, I believe.
This is the book of 1 Kings. This is the book of 1 Kings 8 and 19. It says, nevertheless, thou shalt not build the house, but thy son that shall come forth out of thy loins, he shall build the house unto my name.
All right, so your son that come forth out of thy loins, he should, look, your son comes forth out of thy loins. What that means is that your sperm is already a person, it's already a seed. A seed gets planted in a woman. Her womb cultivates that seed and brings it forth. Now, if she happens to be Japanese, Chinese, black, or whatever, that doesn't even matter. What matters is that the seed was already a bloodline, a race. So nationality is through the man, point blank period. All right, if you go and have children with an Indian dude, he's actually not far from the same color you are. All right, your children may look a little different. They might have a different texture of hair, and people will say, "Oh, they mixed." No, they're his seed. Those are his people. So a woman has nothing to do with the nationality of her own children. If it's all through the father, and if the father of her children happens to be a different race than her, then her children are not mixed regardless of how they look. All right, because some children will come out looking like both their parents, or some will come out looking like their father. Hey, I got an image in my phone of a super dark girl, dark chocolate, pretty girl, sitting next to an extremely pale blonde-haired girl, right? And they have the same father, same mother. Yeah. So it has nothing to do. They're both so-called Negroes. They're both Israelites. But if they weren't sitting together and the white girl just walking by herself, you would never know that super chocolate man was her daddy. Matter of fact, I got a client. The same thing. I got a picture of a little girl on my phone right now. Right, I'll show it to you. I won't show it to the camera because I know her. But that's the image. That's the very image I'm talking about. Show that to her. Bring it out, brother. Put it on the camera, brother. That's the very image I'm talking about. I actually saved that to my phone before, I can bring it out when I'm breaking this down. Right? Evidence. That's the evidence. Everybody should have an evidence for it. You just don't need cleavage and big booties all over. You need some edifying stuff too. Be smart. Find some cleavage and all that. Still edifying. All right. That's how you work. Okay. Go ahead. Bring that number down. Hold on, baby. This is Go ahead.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And the assembly of all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their father,
meaning the race, by the house of their father. Did you ever watch Game of Thrones? Did you ever watch Game of Thrones? You still with me? You ever see Game of Thrones? Right? Well, you watch period pieces. When someone comes before a king or a royal person, they'll come and announce who they might be royal too. Like, I'm Prince so-and-so of the house of so-and-so, so-and-so, meaning I'm of my father's seed, right? Or I'm the daughter of so-and-so, so-and-so of house so-and-so, right? So lineage is determined by your father. There is no such thing as mixed. That's a myth. And that's when you're going back to education. They don't teach you that here. Because they have this false narrative, this control device, and they've divided people by color for political reasons and for racist reasons. For both. Right? Because you'll pick up an application and it's gonna say all kind of crap in it, and none of that is biblical. You're like, well then how am I gonna match these up to the people I'm reading about in the Bible?
Yes.
And then there's only one group, and then you're gonna find one group of people, they're the only people that got any connection to the Bible. And they call themselves issues. Right? And they're not even that. You know?
When you read, like I say, when you read Luke 3rd chapter, and you go into the lineage of Yahweh Shah's mother, it also talks about the son of Jacob, the son of Isaac. You know, when it lists the lineage, it says the son of, you know, backing up the elder's point that it goes according to the seed of your father.
Right, because men begot children, women bear children. So meaning you bared, he begot it. It was his child. You bear it. Do you have children? Do you have children?
No,
all right, but
operate.
You got sisters who have you. That was TMI.
I have a brother. He's younger than I am. And I have two of both my parents.
Okay, but you got friends who got children, right? They bear children. They bear someone's children. He begot them. She bare it. Children come from their father, and they don't teach that in America. They teach that mixed shit and they teach ownership, right? Because if your father is a so-called white man and their mother look like you, all right, and they come out brown like you, they just a chocolate covered eater.
Both my parents are black.
Okay.
My mother doesn't like interracial marriages because the white man mistreated our ancestors.
Well, she's good to think that way, but you know.
Well, you know,
at least she knows that people have mistreated her.
So
I give her kudos for that.
Black basketball players, they marry these white women.
Well, you know why?
They want their money.
Do you know?
They're after their money.
Well, because look.
No, they just act better.
Keisha, our women don't know how to act.
Our women are.
And our women have, literally, I'm gonna just be honest with you, our women have destroyed our nation.
That's right.
All these guys that run around and sagging,
that's right,
and shooting up everything.
That's right.
Was raised by single moms that didn't want no man, didn't need no man. Collected child support, while that little bastard is running around robbing people, shooting up with his head with them nasty ass, unholy dreads in his head, running around breaking yourself. That was a hustle. And then they complain about all these men not being shit when they the ones that raised them. All right, they got rid of their men and brought in the white man's gifts. They chose welfare, SNAP, and all that stuff. And then you got women.
That's why I was showing you about this asshole.
Nah, anybody that's on cable TV is false.
You talking about that damn TV?
More likely that's a false. More likely than not that's a false.
I used to watch that on there.
All right. Yeah, because you gotta have a certain doctrine and build to do that. Because there were some righteous brothers who were on cable TV back in the day, but they're not on there anymore. They clearly changed rules and stuff like that. Because in 2006, I was watching a dude who I believe still to this day is really a man of the Lord. I just decided to go with Great Mills.
Was it Yahweh?
Nah, no. You don't know this guy. He's out in LA. His name is Freestyle One. Right? And he calls the name of Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
He was the first person I learned that name. Right? It's from him. So I will always give him that. I learned that name. Right? And he's still out there. He goes out to Howard. He's old. He still goes out. He's doing what I'm doing. Right? He still goes out and he's right. Right? Which is what he's supposed to do. That's right. And he's a older man. That's right. Right? And even though he's real with art, he's really a Native American. He's not even a so-called Negro. Right? But I forgot my point with all that distraction. So bring out your scripture. Oh yeah, I went right inside.
Isaiah 3:12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. So that's from the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? It said that children are our oppressors, which we know that's twofold, going into both Esau and Edom, but also these little monsters that's being raised, you know what I'm saying, by these ill-advised women.
Right. These check collectors. Oh yeah. They like I said, they sold out the man for stamp, for wing, for child support, all that. Right? And now look what it's getting. Now you got all these women. You got all these Keishas now saying, come back. Alright? No, and then they got men killed, got them jumped, locked up. Then you got ones that master the system, and they not only do they collect the child support from 5, 6 different dudes. Alright?
Oh yeah. It was one that had 9 kids, and she said she made, little bastards, man. Like just straight little bastards and little Keishas, man. She flaunted them all on the fucking, I don't be on this TikTok, and she was breaking down the mechanics of how this motherfucker daddy had this one daddy had that, and that's what that's wickedness, man. That's wicked as hell, man. But you know what? When they come to our women are the most worst behaved women on the planet.
Collectively. Now then we're not saying that that's you, but collectively, the majority of our women, yes they are, they're rebellious. They all claim to be Christians, but don't want to follow the order that's in the Bible. The order in the Bible clearly tells you that a woman is not equal to a man. All right? It's not my opinion, it's what the word says.
The Bible
says it. So anybody who goes against it is going against God. A woman is not equal to a man. The Lord gave you the order. Read.
You want the order?
Read.
Hell yeah.
He gave you the order. It's God, man, woman, child. They're not on the same field. A woman, as a matter of fact, the Bible says that a woman is not supposed to teach. It's not supposed to be women pastors. A woman is not supposed to. We just saw that woman walk by who's a supervisor for CTA. A woman's not supposed to be in a position where she's telling men what to do. That's going against the Bible. But yet everybody's a Christian. And like I said, everybody's a Christian until the scripture. Bring it up. Ain't supposed to be no female police. It ain't. No, I'm not. No, I don't. All right?
Because I've been told all my life, when you go to college, you make more money, you have a better job. When you have a
Of course you have. Yeah, that's exactly. And then now all of a sudden, I don't need no man. And that's a lie. That's why so many women are crying and asking their men to come back now. But read it, brother. That's what destroyed us as a people. That's what destroyed America, because now the so-called white man going through the same thing. That's why his women and the women of the other nations really want BBC.
Yes, right.
So what's happening is they getting all this money and success, and they don't want them pimp men. They're like, what I need you for?
No point of it.
Right? They want Pookie in them.
Right.
All right? They want that dude that's riding around puffing on weed with the dreads, that's high on ecstasy and drunk as hell, and Rod just stay hard all damn night. Right? That's the guy that they want. That's what they want now. Especially Becky. All right? That's why she got it. All right? And then, unlike our women, Becky know when to shut up and when to actually use her mouth.
That's right.
That's right. Bring it up. Bring it up. Right.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Hamashayah.
That being the Lord, go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man.
That's
We
it.
got women, but no, I got a college degree.
That's
You
it.
ain't my head. I don't need you.
That's it.
Well, you wait till these lights go out.
Right.
Right? Wait till these lights go out. When
Tell the marauders
Food. You're right. You tell the marauders when they kicking in your door. You know? I got a degree. You can't be kicking in my door. Okay.
Okay.
You see these degrees on the wall? What the fuck? Go ahead, brother.
It says,
Because when a man has a college degree, he's able to raise a family and provide.
Man, fuck that.
Provide.
Read.
and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashayah is the heavenly Father.
There it is, man. And then not only that, especially when it comes to men that look like you, a lot of them are not afforded the same opportunities to get loans and grants to go to school as they did. That's done on purpose. You show up and he shows up to the same place, they're gonna hire you before him. They're gonna give you the grants and the loans for the education before they give it to him. And that is to create that imbalance in the household and amongst our people. So that's done on purpose. And who's doing that? Democrats.
Right.
It's all a plan to destroy your people. You gotta open up your eyes to see it. You are behind, look, you are behind enemy lines. Point blank period, operating in that system, trying to make it work in that system, and this system wasn't meant for it.
Because my little brother and them, we get grants for college. We're going to college now, so we praise the government that we got Pell grants.
Well, you know what, I say you use this devil as much as you can, but that's not the case for the majority of people like you. All right, that's not the norm. All right, look, I remember writing a letter. I wrote a letter that got my daughter in one of them boarding schools. Right? Which was really wrong. Should have never sent her away to school. But she went to that damn boarding school, and I wrote this letter. But I remember going to the place, and it was mostly Negro and Latino young men in there. All right. By the time it was over, it was about maybe 3 or 4 between the Negro men and the little Latino boys, young men. It was about 3 or 4 of them. The rest of the room was full of women and white kids.
Wow.
So all the people that got the grants who needed it the most didn't get it. And then I sat there and I peeped that. That shit was done on purpose.
That's right.
All right? But the one kid, the one kid who was coming out of 8th grade that was 6'3", and already he ain't even made it to high school. All right? Because he ended up going to the same school with my daughter. By the time he came out of there, he was like 6'6". Oh, they took him. Because he made their team, the #1 team in Wisconsin. All right? High school team, right? Uh-huh. Exactly. It was like, damn, they was like, yes. Right this way, sir. Right. Like a little smart dude with the glasses.
He done. He done.
But you know what? They let Keisha come right from behind.
In social engineering, they call it sing, dance, run, and play. Sing, dance, run, and play. Yes, nigga. Yes. Sing, dance, run, and play.
I was gonna say, Section 8 actually pays for college tuition.
I didn't know that.
Yes, Section 8 will pay for your college tuition. So the white man set it up.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna give you housing, I'm gonna give you food stamps, I'm gonna give you child support, and I'm gonna give you free college.
Oh yeah.
But do you think a nigga gets that?
No, hell no. And that poor guy that's stuck on child support, trying to be with his woman, trying to be with his kid, she don't need him. Yep. Because why? Because now I gotta be responsible. Because when I come home, you at home. All right? Now I just can't hang out and do whatever I want to do. I can't have phone that come over and run through me. All right? Because you here. So she get rid of him. He can't see his kids, but he still gotta pay.
Yep.
So
or get locked up.
It's a broken system. It's a complete broken system. Absolutely.
This is in the law. That's actually against the law of the Most High. All right? This is Deuteronomy, like what the elder brother Kapathazai was just breaking down with the child support, giving them this, that, and the third. That's wickedness. This is Deuteronomy 16 and 19. It says, thou shalt not wrest judgment. That's wresting judgment. The scriptures say that a woman is not to teach nor usurp authority over the man, but to learn in silence. It said, thou shalt not respect the persons. That taking this person and that person, that's respect the persons. If they all qualify, what the elder was talking about, that shit is off. All right? It says, thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift. That's a gift, what he was just naming. For a gift do it blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous. Our people have been blinded. That's why they raise these little niggas. Because of what the elder was just said. That's why they don't see a man as a man. But this hasn't happened to the Chinese woman, the Indian woman, the Arab woman. So when we get around them, it's a whole different ball game of how they look at us.
And not only that,
I know this.
They grew up in a culture where they cater to their men.
That's right.
Where our women are against them.
Right.
All right. You look like your damn daddy. You know. It's like, well, damn, what was wrong with my daddy? He wasn't no one wrong with him when you was letting him hump you.
Exactly.
Or when you was humping him, however, you know. But now you got a problem with him. You know. It's funny, man. My parents divorced when I was like, well, they separated when I was 7. They didn't divorce until I was 10.
Did they ever get back
So, well, they actually, after my stepfather died, they did remarry. Because what happened was, when about 7 or 8, they separated. I still remember the day that my father left the house. You know what my mother told me? I was sitting there crying, watching my father leave. My mother came beside me and said, "Don't you cry for me." All right, I remember that. All right, and then my mother was, alone for whatever she was doing. She kept it away from us. Brother, could you not do that around us, please? We don't smoke.
All due respect, I'm religious too, Mo. Smoke to the bush.
No,
We don't look.
And no judge.
no, brother.
But
We don't.
brother.
So we
It's
just
irritating.
so we just actually listen to me, brother.
Okay,
We
brother.
don't. So it just bothers us. Yeah, get you put it out, smoke it later. That's all I'm asking.
It is out.
Okay, I appreciate you, brother. 'Cause I smell it, so okay, I appreciate it. All right, and we'll discuss that later. After we
spoke to that
we
gonna deal with that.
Go ahead, brother.
This 1 Peter 3:5. For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in the Heavenly Father adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Right, so a woman's supposed to be in subjection to her husband, not his equal, not over him, not telling him what to do.
Right.
All right?
Right, when
simple as that. All right, go ahead, brother.
Verse 6. It says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Hold on, calling him what?
Calling him Lord.
No, Sarah did what to Abraham? She obeyed him and called him what?
Calling him Lord.
See, that's 2 things the modern day nigger woman will not do. Obey nor look at you as their Lord.
Damn near none of these women.
Now, yeah.
They was reading off the wedding vows. When they
Oh,
came to
man.
honor and obey.
Bring this out.
That
Bring
just
this
said-
shit out.
I ain't read that. Everybody started smiling. She wouldn't even repeat it in the wedding vows to obey.
I would have walked off right there.
Niggas
I would have left.
That was his cue.
All right.
Stupid.
That was his cue right there.
Nigga.
It said to honor and obey. She was like,
DJ, cut the music back on. Let's go.
Right.
Now we grab the bottle of that champagne.
right, and walked off on that snow.
Got it.
I'll just finish this. It says, 1 Peter 3:6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Right. So our women, they far removed from that type of subjection to their husband.
God forbid that it happens. Okay, what if the husband gets sick or something and he cannot work anymore, and the woman does not have a college degree to make enough money, how she gonna pay the house bill?
Well, really, it's supposed to be a welfare system. That's what you have set up.
If the laws of the Bible are in place, there wouldn't be a problem.
Right.
Secondly, that's something new that they came out with. There's a job that my mother did up until she retired, or she got sick and died. It didn't take a college degree to get it. Now it does. My sister-in-law just retired from Blue Cross. What, about 3 years ago?
Well, she got a nice pension.
She retired from Blue Cross.
She got a good
She
pension.
was making $90,000 a year. She never went to college.
Wow.
She was making, my so-called best friend in the world, he making almost 150 grand. Both of them. All right, they computer techs. They never went to college.
That's a blessing.
All right, so it's the 2 things that they do with computers is needed to run all these countries. I mean, to run all these major companies.
How do we get
All
rid
right.
of identity
So,
theft?
but the point is that you don't college. Basically, most people that go to college end up working in the field that's not related to their degree, and they end up broke. They end up with way less money. Just turn on the internet. You got nothing but people on there signing, crying, complaining about college and how it's a waste of time and a waste of money.
They're in debt.
There was a trend where they were just lighting the degrees on fire.
Yeah.
There it is, man.
You become a debt slave.
So how can we prevent identity theft? I hear about identity theft going on. I'm like,
You're not gonna prevent it. They got you calling yourself black when you're an Israelite. Your skin is brown.
That's the best
Ain't
one.
nothing black on you, except your pants and your shoes, your purse. Your skin is brown, but yet you call yourself black. Your identity has already been stolen.
It's already been stolen.
I got it. It's Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 14. It says, "For here we have no continuous city, but we seek one to come."
That's what we waiting for. We looking for the city to come. And the water Yahweh Shai, that time is near. Right? Esau can't have it.
Man, Hebrew, that's for you.
Right? That's why we got rulership mentality.
That pussy can go trial by combat.
He ain't gonna make it.
Micah chapter 2 verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted."
Don't keep reading, keep reading, keep reading.
It said, "It shall destroy you."
It shall what?
It shall destroy you.
College destroyed us. Black culture destroyed us. Martin Luther King destroyed us. The civil rights movement destroyed us. Integration destroyed us. Read.
It says, "It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction."
The Black Caucus has destroyed us. The truth is here.
There's no hope except for this place to go down and the kingdom of heaven to begin. What you're supposed to do in this kingdom is basically just wait on the Lord, pray, try to follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, right? And wait for the Lord to do what He's gonna do. And there's really nothing you can do outside of that. And there's nothing wrong, but you know, I'm not gonna say that somebody has a college degree is wicked, all right? Because all you can do is ask for righteously is your daily bread. And as long as you got that, then you okay. That's right. Right? And you just gotta wait to, and guess what? Everybody's daily bread is about to take. This thing is actually about to go down. All right? They have the, they've had the RFID chip technology since 2015, right? Which is directly connected to the whole thing in Revelation, the 13th chapter, right? And connected to this whole blockchain digital income that they're about to do. And with the AI and the loss of the jobs, the bullshit that you regurgitated, that lie that Biden put out, all right? Yeah, well, how come so many businesses in the Dow Jones and crash and all? You're right. All these nations and countries going after dollars, but jobs ain't.
I believe it's the Republicans' fault because they caused the COVID and they caused people to have their work hours reduced. It's the Republicans' fault, but the Democrats are cleaning up the mess that
You really
Republicans
believe that?
made.
That's what happens when you watch Fox News.
Destroyed
This
us.
is Fox News.
Actually, that would be CNN. Because Fox is pro-Republican.
That's what happens.
The Fox be attacking the Democrats. They're all against each other. Hey, Satan against Satan, man. They can't stay in power.
That's right.
I already told you that the Democrats and the Republicans are two wings of the same hateful bird.
You know who Lyndon B. Johnson is?
Lyndon B. Johnson, he founded Head Start.
Yeah, he also started the Food Stamp Act. And but Lyndon B. Johnson, he had made a statement about so-called Negroes. He said they gonna have niggas voting Democrat for the next 300 years. So that's how they feel about Negroes who vote for them.
So the original Democratic members
Well,
were the KKK.
And the slave rulers, all the slavers in the South were all Democrats.
All of them were Democrats.
I understand what y'all saying, but I don't like Republicans because they cut out health care. How y'all gonna get a checkup if you don't get a health care? When's the last time y'all had y'all's blood pressure checked?
When the last time I voted? Never. Listen, like the elder just said. Listen. Let me ask you a question. You looking for love in all the wrong places. The elder just used the bird analogy. If you stand right here, right, and I hit your ass with this hand and hit you with this hand, this is the Democrat, this is the Republican. It came from this brain. I just decided to hit your ass on this side and hit you when you falling down. That's it. Nothing's the difference.
You still getting your ass.
You still just got your ass.
Right, and that's exactly what they're doing to us. We're getting our ass beat by their gifts, and they got a system set up which is an incorruptible. It's a very corrupt system. Daniel 8:20.
Because I don't want y'all walking around with high blood pressure and 8:25. We supposed to get a physical every year.
Follow the dietary law according to the scriptures.
Right, and then you know what?
When you get older, that's
This is Daniel.
Somebody get that by treachery. Isaiah 33. Isaiah 33. They treacherously. Because they dealing treacherously with us.
33-1.
Through their politics, they're dealing very, very treacherously with us. Through their politics. They're politricks.
Right.
That's what I call them, politricians. They tricksters. They sing all, they look, every Democrat get up there, every Republican get up there and do this sing and dance and tap dance for you. And then they don't come through. All right, some of them are crippled. Whatever they do. Right?
Like
Whatever the hell they're doing, after the dance is over, when it's time to come through what they promised.
Well, Father Flagan, he's a good man.
He's a demon.
Flagan,
He's a demon on 79th Street. Just
He
like
ain't told
those
you
niggas.
you're an Israelite. He ain't told you the name of the Lord.
Nope.
He haven't told you that the Lord looked like you.
Nope.
How's he a good man? All
Nope.
right, go ahead. It don't matter which one come out first.
Daniel 8:24. And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people.
Now this is actually talking about Antiochus, but this is also referring to there's a duality in the scriptures. It's also talking about the Edomites overall too. Go ahead.
And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart,
Right?
and by peace shall destroy many.
Right, so through peace, he's gonna look, I come in peace, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. But at the same time, he's destroying everything. That's how this man operates. Okay? That's how he operates. He's a smooth operator. Alright? Just like the song said. Alright? Because what happened in that song? She was coming up off the panties. But her heart was broken. Because he was a smooth operator. Right? She thought she was getting love. She was just getting stroked out. All right? Go ahead.
Don't need to ask.
Because she kept talking about the Democrats and the Republicans, and like the elder said, it's two sides of the same bird. And according to
Right,
the
you
law,
got this evil, hateful bird, and they just two wings, but they're the same bird.
right, they're in unison with each other. They on one accord. But according to the
Right,
law,
they're playing good cop, bad cop, man, for us. That's literally what they're doing.
that's the spirit. It's the cop
Right.
that walk by. It's on Deuteronomy chapter 17 and verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which the heavenly Father thy power giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. And that's one thing that provoked the heavenly Father to anger. You want to put a Democrat or a Republican, either way it goes, they all heathens.
Yep, and they're beneath you. So you want to put these power structures that are beneath you over you. And you're the Lord's chosen. You're above all people on the face of the earth. Even in our lowest state, we're the trendsetters.
That's right.
Whatever we do, they do.
Yeah.
I finally started seeing, I've seen a couple white girls wearing them damn stupid bonnet things.
Oh, just cut on that sexy red, man.
Right? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, the snow going to Pound Town too.
No, they is.
So
make sure.
about it, and they looking for the dread hairs too.
Yeah.
oh yeah, they want to be black. They want our lips. They want everything. They want our braids.
They want our.
No.
Go ahead, brother.
They want our soul. That's why you should have moved to Get Out. With that movie, Get Out.
Get Out, a heavy movie. Matter of fact, you watch Get Out and then watch They Clone Tyrone, man. That's them two heavy movies right there. Right?
This is Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. And for the most part, all these Republican Democrats, you know, they're of the president, the one who over the president, which you don't see, all right, because he's a puppet. They're not of our nation. They're of the Edomites, and we're not even supposed to vote for these people to be over us. It's in the law.
Right, because why? Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people.
Hold on, did he talk about equality?
Above all people.
Civil rights.
Above all people.
That's called dominion. Read.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So we're above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Why the hell are we gonna vote to put somebody who's beneath us over us? Right? That's why the Lord was mad that they were doing that. That's why we read that scripture again. That's why the Lord had a problem with them trying to choose the heathen or trying to follow behind the heathen.
Because the Lord is our great king. You already had a king. How about you now, son? But they wanted to follow after the heathens and set a king over them. That's why the Heavenly Father put the spirit on Samuel to anoint Saul, right, king over Israel.
No, go ahead. I was going to say, before he anointed Saul, he cursed their ass out. He said, do this because Yahweh was your king.
Yeah.
But he said, hey, since you want a king over you, he's going to take a tenth of your deal.
That's what he gonna be an asshole. And Saul was an asshole. And he really showed himself an asshole the way he treated his brother and his servant David.
That's right. And it also says,
like the heathen. Because ultimately the Heavenly Father was king over.
Because they thought it was cool to have a king. I guess they would see the parades and whatever they were seeing, they wanted to do that too. All right?
And it's so rough. Yahweh Shem Yahshua is so rough. He knew ahead of time the children of Israel was going to want a king. So he put it in Deuteronomy that when you do have a king, he's supposed to read off this checklist in front of the congregation, saying, I will not multiply my wives, I will not do this, that, and the third. Because the Lord knew our people were rebellious, man. And then it's a double cut because on those wicked kings, because when you read that decree that you're supposed to read, those wicked kings went against everything that they weren't supposed to do. All right? And they read it in front of the congregation, man.
Hey,
so the Lord knew what he was doing. He knew the hearts of you niggas, man.
Hey, Kabbalah, to land back off you, the Lord said it, it's in Sirach, that he only liked 3 of them.
Yeah. All were defective except Hezekiah, David, and Josiah. All were defective, man. So the Lord knew, man.
He only liked 3 of them, really.
That's
King
deep.
Solomon is the Lord himself,
right.
So that's why that ain't,
Right.
And that shows you that King Solomon is the Lord.
That's right.
He said, I only like 3 of them. Now look up all the kings in Israel.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah, but this is the Lord said these were the ones who really did it.
Right. These 3 was legit because they didn't fall into idolatry. Those 3, they had their, hey man, King David, he had his moments. He went off, but he never forsook the Lord.
Hey,
those 3 never forsook the Lord.
And all you soft-ass, stupid niggers out there in Israel trying to concoct all these wicked doctrines. See, David did this, and Solomon did this. Well, his brother, he did this. They was all this. I done heard it. I done heard a lot of it.
Man, the level of bugged
out.
That's coming out of Israel these days is unbelievable.
My man, the burning bush with that Adi home down. But the point of the matter is, the things that are written aforetime are for our learning. And like the elder brought out the one in Job.
Burning bush, brother. I'm religious, brother.
Kush in the Bible, nigga. Talk about the king.
Yeah,
niggas be Kush in the Bible. Talk about the empire, the Hamite, Kush, nigga. That's wild, man. But all these things our forefathers did, they went through it so we wouldn't have to do it. So that we could come this time, get the Holy Spirit, be refined, and don't understand how to navigate this present evil world. All right? Even like the elder brother brought out with the multiple wives. All the kings really had them, but they knew how to deal with them. It was still stipulations on deck, on top of the fact, man. The Lord is cold, But the things that are written aforetime are for our learning. That's why I said seek ye the path of their fathers, man. Because this is what these men did. This is what these men didn't do. The United States government, this shit is just captivity, man. They teach you how to be a good nigga. And if you don't be a so-called good nigga, they gonna send your ass to a place and make you a worse nigga. I done seen niggas like this Bible with burning bush. I done seen niggas smoke with the Bible paper, bro. The Lord is gonna kill these niggas, man. I can't wait. I wanna get some of them right now, but it ain't that time.
They literally tore out a page and rolled up.
They used to do it in the juvenile jails. Cause you would have, here in Chicago, you would have like all brick walls and like a glass door, and every nigga in the room would have, you know how the cement like it's really free. When you chuck out one, so it's like 1 through like 17, and niggas would be smoking it. Send this to 5, send that to 6. You hit it a couple times, to send that to 7, and then just go sell. Nigga, all you see at the bar. Niggas, I'm smoking with you niggas. I don't even care. When I was in the world, I knew that was wicked. I'm not gonna do that. Pass it. Y'all bogus as hell. But that's what niggas do. And the Lord is gonna get rid of them.
You got something real quick.
I ain't letting the world, man.
This is Lamentation 4:17. As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. And our watching, we have watched for nations that cannot save us, man.
A nation that cannot save us, man. That's why the scripture in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it said, get Deuteronomy 28:68. Read that again, big dog.
Lamentation 4:17. As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help.
No, read the verse before. That's Lamentations.
Yeah.
Read the verse before.
Lamentation 4:16. The anger of the Lord has divided them.
The anger of the Lord. We in this position because the Lord jacking our ass up. Go ahead.
He will no more regard them. They respected not the persons of the priests. They favored not the elders.
You see that? And those are niggas. Read.
As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help. And watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Because we look for the white man who didn't regard or respect the young or the old. All right? Then the people amongst our people, the scripture say amongst my people are found wicked men. They don't get no worse than a nigga. Even though the so-called white man is the devil, according to the Bible, according to the Holy Bible, that's collecting dust on everybody's grandma's shelf. Yes, the white man is the motherfucking devil.
Sitting in their coffee.
Right. It's not a fucking, like the tree. You get a new car, you get the new car smell, the tree, right under the fucking tree, man. No. We understand this, but our people are so fucking wicked, they surpass the deeds of the wicked. Because we were given the laws to keep. Read that Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy 28.
So this is what happened to us.
68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Hey, Egypt means condition of slavery, house of bondage. It really means double straits. You know what straits is? You know what straits is? Horrible. A horrible situation. Go ahead.
This is Exodus 20, verse 1. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Right, so Egypt is associated with slavery. So he said when you're going into Egypt again, he said you're going into slavery again with ships. All right? Who went into slavery on ships?
Who went into slavery?
Who went in? You went to school. Who
went to slavery? The French, they were slave owners, the English.
No. How your grandma get to America?
Who went into slavery in chains